sunshine. Sip from my rainbow, deliciously mango. I think it's a syndrome, got me so windblown. Show me the door, how far can you fall? Freedom in galaxies, packed out by fantasy.
I'm Sandra Sandy Schneller, and this is Romancing Me Pescatarian Style.
And blue with blessings, blessings, blessings for me. This is reality, I'm living my dreams.
Hey, this is Sandra Sandy Schneller. Oh, baby, what are you eating tonight? We are doing it to it tonight. Oh, we are heading it up with those sea scallops. We gonna do it with the walnut crust on it. And we're gonna set it on top of a bed of shiitake mushrooms. Those mushrooms gonna be citrus dill. You gonna be eating so good, you and your guests for the holidays. Cheers to you. You know, we're gonna be doing it up with the citrus dill from the Spice Butter collection. Oh, yeah, coming to you real soon. Oh, let's get cooking, yeah. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pop out one of the citrus dill servings of the spice butter, and I'm going to let that kind of get to room temperature because it's pretty hard right now, as you can see. And this is one serving of it. We're going to saute our shiitake mushrooms, and let me show you what that looks like. I have sliced them in half, most of them. Oh, I love shiitake mushrooms. You know, these mushrooms are really wonderful. They're originally from Asia, and they're considered as a superfood in Asia. So, you know, they eat this a lot, and it's very heart healthy. It's said to lower the LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. High in antioxidants, though, to protect you against all those free radicals that is harmful and damage to your cells. Okay, we have our sea scallops here. Sea scallops are larger than the bay scallops, but they're just as good. Yes, they are. And we're going to be doing that in a walnut crust tonight. I crushed up the walnuts. These were fresh walnuts that were crushed. And I've also added some brown sugar to it just to give it a little bit of flavor, sweetness flavor to it. Because the walnuts were a little bit bitter on the end note on your palate. So this is going to really just spice up that end note and just put it on an uphill with the sweetness. And we're going to top it off with our shiitake mushrooms and sauteing them in a citrus dill. That citrus is going to pair really well with the sweetness of the sugar, the brown sugar that we have mixed in with the walnuts. Oh yeah, it's going to be so delicious. Cheers to you all. I want to give a shout out tonight though, before we get started. And the shout outs go to, let me pull it up here on my phone. Okay, with YouTube. Oh, I want to shout out to Diamond Watts, who's joined us and subscribing. Hey, thank you, Miss Watts. Yeah. And also, I want to give a shout out to a Sophia B. B as in boy is her last initial. And it says here that Sophia has visited Dubai as well. Oh, Sophia, I hope you loved it just as much as I did. But I also really loved Abu Dhabi. Sophia says that she visited Dubai and she just loves the za'atar meals. I tell you, right? They make a lot of things with za'atar, and you can check that out in my episode, season 3, episode 7, just the one I did last week. Check it out on YouTube. You can see it. And I did some za'atar flavors, seasonings and spices that I had gotten from the Abu Dhabi, the UAE. Yeah. And Sophia goes on to say that she plans to make my meal. Oh, Sophia and anybody else who makes the meal, let me know. It's very easy to make. And I also shared with you how you can concoct your own za'atar spices here, right here in the States, wherever you are. Yeah. Cheers, darlings. Let's go over that stove and get cooking. Okay, we're gonna start basting our scallops. Here I have 2 eggs beaten, and in that I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt, pink salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning. Actually, I'm going to just mix that and put half in the egg base here, and then half in our flour. This is 2 eggs beaten, and they're organic eggs. And then I have some organic flour, about a cup of flour. So I'm just gonna put half and half so that we can make sure that our scallops receive these seasonings on them as well. So I'm just gonna beat that up a little bit. And then mix the seasonings in the flour very well. Okay, as we go on, let's take the fork out. Okay, the scallops are pretty dry. They're kind of big too. I patted them dry a bit because we want them kind of dry. I'm gonna go ahead and double dunk these one time in the egg base, and then our flour, or you can do it even vice versa. We're going to do it a double time before we add it to the concoction of the walnuts and brown sugar. I'm gonna just let it sit in the brown sugar for a minute, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that in a second. But let's go ahead and just finish up the rest of the scallops. Sometimes I dunk it first in the egg wash and then the flour, and then sometimes I do it vice versa. But we're gonna do a double dunking. Okay, this is our concoction of the walnuts. They're ground very fine. I finally ground them and actually in my blender. So we're gonna pat it really nicely on it's sticking really well on the scallops. Okay, I've added 3 tablespoons of olive oil to our skillet here, and it's heated up, and we're ready to add the scallops. The scallops are nicely tossed and toasted. Well, actually, they've firmly packed in our walnuts and brown sugar. This is crushed walnuts, a cup of walnuts, and about a 1/2 cup of, or less, about a 1/4 cup or so of the brown sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and add these to our skillet. Oh, it's gonna be so delicious. We're gonna saute these roughly about 2 minutes aside, 2 to 3 minutes. We'll see how this starts heating up well. Okay, we flipped our scallops. Now they're kind of brown here, but they're not burnt. It's only the sugar that's involved here. So we're gonna go ahead and stick these in a 400-degree temperature oven for about another minute. We wanted to finish cooking this so that in the oven, so that it will not, the brown sugar will not burn at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Actually, like 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil to the pan here, because we're also going to add the spice butter, citrus dill seasoning, and that has butter in it, so we don't want to have too much oils going on. I'm just going to have that. That's kind of gotten a bit to room temperature. It hasn't gotten as soft as I wanted it, but it will melt in the pan. Shiitake mushrooms. This is about, it's only one package of shiitake mushrooms. They don't put too many in a package. This is over medium heat. Oh, I smell all the citrus flavors already. We're gonna saute these with a continuous stir. Oh, this is gonna be delicious. And it has a sweetness to it as well, the citrus dill, from the orange spice here, the orange flavoring, as in oranges. Yes, it has a combination of fruits and veggies in here, in the spice butter. Just going to continuously stir this. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Are you ready? Oh, we got some goods tonight. Yeah, it's the holiday season, or maybe not. But your guests will enjoy this. Walnut crusted sea scallops. Atop the citrus dill shiitake mushrooms, that spice butter citrus dill that is. The honey, actually not honey, but the brown sugar, I should say. It's all honey and good. The brown sugar mixed with the walnuts, crusting the sea scallops. Tasting it with the citrus dill, that pair, oh, it really works well together. You can share this with some guests. I only have a few here, but we have more. Your guests will love it, or you will love it alone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep counting them. Let's pay homage. You're gonna get your virtual taste. Are you ready? Oh, let me get it for you. They're nice and succulent. Oh, you got to make sure you have those sea scallops cooked just perfectly. I put them in the oven at 400-degree temperature for about 1.5 minutes. And look what we have here, darling. Ooh, walnut crusted scallops with citrus dill shiitake mushrooms. And I poured a little butter on top. Melted butter. Ooh, here you go, baby. Check it out. I bet you like that, baby, don't you? Oh, let me get a try of this. Here I go. Oh my God. The sweetness with the citrusy and the crunchiness of the walnuts. Oh, where am I? Oh, take me away. Oh, so delicious, darlings. Please try this. like and share, subscribe. I need you to subscribe so you can get more. And subscribe and let me know what dishes and things you would like for me to make, okay? What kind of meals you're yearning for, and I'll make them. Long as it's pescatarian style. How? Get back. Ooh, this is so good. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe.